I'll do it when I do it. Mwaka mzima kuna show, acha tuziashe. Kilimanjaro tundo itapita hii highness. Ama kolabo kati ya mimi na South East finest. R.I.P. Hata kwa mtaro utanipata na designer. Acha tuziashe. Kilimanjaro tundo itapita hii highness. For my people I do whatever it
Let's go to the beach, let's go get a wave. They say what they gonna say. Have a drink, clink, found a Bud Light. Bad like me, it's hard to come by. The Patron, let's go get it down. The sound, yes I'm in the zone. Is it 2, 3? Leave a good tip. I'ma blow all of my money and don't give two. I'm on the floor. I love to dance, don't give me more, till I can't stand. Get on the floor, like it's your last chance. If you want more, then here I am. Starships were meant to fly. Hands up and touch the sky. Can't stop 'cause we're so high. Let's do this one more time. Starships were meant to fly. Hands up and touch the sky. Let's do this one last time. Can't stop, we're higher than Jump in my hoopty-hoop, I own that. And I ain't paying my rent this month, I owe that. But check who you want, I check who you like. Dance all life, there's no end in sight. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Now everybody let me hear you say, right. Go spend all your money 'cause the day payday. And if you a G, my name is Big, you know they call me Leaky. Get on the floor, like it's your last chance. If you want more, then here I am. Starships were meant to fly. Hands up and touch the sky. Can't stop 'cause we're so high. Let's do this one more time. Starships were meant to fly. Hands up and touch the sky. Let's do this one last time. Can't stop, we're higher than Starships were meant to fly. Hands up and touch the sky. Can't stop 'cause we're so high. Let's do this one more time. Starships were meant to fly. Hands up and touch the sky. Let's do this one last time. Can't stop, we're higher than
Drop bows on them. I throw them bows. Cadillac grills, Cadillac mills. Check out the oil my Cadillac spills. American 20-inch pies. Pretty clothes, pretty toes. Oh, how I love these pretty high class, anything goes. Catch them in the club throwing pretty bows. Long John draws, long John stalls. Anything to make my long John pause. Women on their cell making long John calls. And if they like to juggle, get long Johns. All players in the house that can buy the bar and the ballin' with the candy cars. If you a pimp and you know you don't love them, when you get on the floor, all women in the house, if you chasing cash and you got some big with a matching, with your fly boots or your open toes, when you get on the floor, dirty South mind blown, dirty South bread, catfish fried up, dirty South bed, sleep in a cop picking dirty South bed, dirty South cuz, give me dirty South. Hand me down flip-flops, hand me down socks, hand me down dealers, hand me down rocks, hand me down a 50-pack, switch to sweet box, and good fella rich, hand me down stocks, mouth full of platinum, mouth full of gold, 40 cow, keep your mouth on hold, lie through your teeth, you can find your mouth cold, and rip out your tongue, cause of what your mouth told, sweat for the lemonade, sweat for the tea, sweat from the hot sauce, sweat from the D, and you can sweat from a burn in the 3rd degree, and if you sweat in your sleep, then you sweat from me. All players in the house that can buy the bar and the ballin' with the candy cars. If you a pimp and you know you don't love them, when you get on the floor, all women in the house, if you chasing cash and you got some big with a matching, with your fly boots or your open toes, when you get on the floor, hit by stars, hit by cars, drunk off the liquor, getting hit by bars. Keep your close cause she's hit by bars, hit by the Neptunes, hit by guitars. Afro picks, afro chicks, I let my soul glow from my afro. Rabbit out the hat, pulling afro tricks. Afro-American, afro thick. Overall country, overall team. Overall Georgia, we overall clean. Southern hospitality, or overall mean. Overall triple, overall beam. Thugged out, wearing thugged out chains. Thugged out blocks, playing thugged out games. All black tinted up, thugged out range. GTP stay doing thugged out things. All our players in the house that can buy the bar and the ballin' with the candy cars. If you a pimp and you know you don't love them, when you get on the floor, all women in the house, if you chasing cash and you got some big with a matching, with your fly boots or your open toes, when you get on the floor, all our players in the house that can buy the bar and the ballin' with the candy cars. If you a pimp and you know you don't love them, when you get on the floor, all women in the house, if you chasing cash and you got some big with a matching, with your fly boots or your open toes, when you get on the floor, drop O's, we drop O's, on the golden O's. We drop O's, drop O's, golden O's. We drop O's, drop O's, golden O's. Golden O's.
What's up, good people? This is Cannibal Chosen One, and you're listening to The Vault.
If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. I got the rap patrol on the patrol. Foes that want to make sure my clothes. Rap critics say he's money cash. I'm from the hood, stupid. What type of facts are those? If you grew up with hoes in your zap of toes, you celebrate the minute you was having dope. I'm like, critics, you can kiss my whole ass. If you don't like my lyrics, you can press fast forward. Got beef with radio if I don't play they show. They don't play my hits, well, I don't give a so. Rap mags try and use my black ass so advertisers could give them more cash for ads. I don't know what you take me as or understand the intelligence that Jay-Z has. I'm from rags, the richest, I ain't dumb. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems, but a ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. Hit me. Yeah, it's 94 and my trunk is raw. And my rear view mirror is I got 2 choices, y'all. Pull over the car or bounce on the devil, put the pedal to the floor. And I ain't trying to see no highway chase with Jake. Plus I got a few dollars, I can fight the case. So I pull over to the side of the road. I heard, son, do you know I'm stopping you for? Cause I'm young and I'm black and my hat's real low. Do I look like a mind reader, sir? I don't know. Am I under arrest or should I guess some more? Well, you was doing 55 and the 54. Lost the registration and step out of the car. You carrying a weapon on you, I know a lot of you are. I ain't stepping out of all my papers legit. Well, do you mind if I look around the car a little bit? Well, my glove compartment is locked, so it's the trunk in the back. And I know my rights, so you gon' need a warrant for that. Aren't you sharp as attack? You some type of law or something, somebody important or something. I ain't passed the bar, but I know a little bit enough that you wanna legally search my We'll see how smart you are when the K9 comes. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems, but a ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems, but a ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. Once upon a time, not too long ago, like myself had a strong armor. This is not a in the sense of having a, but a sense try and push me. I try to ignore him, talk to the Lord, pray for him, but some fools just love to perform. You know the type, loud as a motorbike, but wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. And the only thing that's gonna happen is I'ma get the. He and his boys gonna be yapping to the captain, and there I go trapped in a Kit Kat again. Back through the system with the riff-raff again. Fiends on the floor, scratching again. Paparazzis with their cameras, snapping them. DA try to give a shaft again. $500,000 for bail cause I'm African. Or because the fool was harassing them. Trying to play the boy like he's saccharine. But ain't nothing sweet, but I hold my. I got 99 pounds being the ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems, but a ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. Hit me. But a ain't one. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. Hit me. Having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems and ain't one. You crazy for this one, Rick? It's your boy.
This is the vault. I'm your girl, Myra Maloba, the Afro-Punk Queen. I think I haven't been on radio for the longest time. It feels like I haven't been here for the last week. Where it's been an eventful time. But yes, I'm glad to be back right here, of course, on the vault. We're all about that hip-hop vibe, hip-hop music from 254 to the world. We also got a studio.
Yeah, it's Mr. Handsome,
Hey,
the beat maker, not the beat taker. 10 fingers in the air. Let me ask you, why do you have to allow other people to call you handsome? You can just call yourself.
It's fine.
The way that guy on, what is it, Shark Tank calls himself Mr. Incredible. Yeah. And Jirongi calls himself Mr. Dandora. The lover of Dandora.
I guess you can have your own title. You can maintain your own title. That's all you.
Yeah, that's me.
Fine.
That's me. I don't care what other people feel about it.
That's fine.
That's my rap.
That's good. Self-love, self-care. That's what I'm about in 2023.
Yeah, people are going through hell right now.
What?
Yeah, things are going crazy through Africa and beyond. People think it's just an hour, like we're going through problems in Africa. Like I saw the other day, I don't know if you saw it, but it was online the other day. And you see these guys who got their eyeball scanned?
Yeah.
Some of them are complaining they never got the 7K. They got 2K.
They
and then they're having problem with their eyes now.
The government has warned them. They're like, look out for these symptoms. I was like, wait. Hey. So I scare one of the 518 boys. Who was it? Tangale. Tangale is the one who went and scanned himself.
He did?
Telling him to look out for the symptoms. Ministry of Health. I said, look out for the symptoms. Headaches.
I told people that eyeball thing just seems a bit dodgy. You see the history of it, you have to ask yourself why. Don't just look at the money. Look at why they're doing it.
Exactly. But it's the truth. Everybody's going through it. I was speaking to our sister, Emily, on Sunday. And she was like, yeah, even us are experiencing hikes in prices, in fuel, because she's in the States, in fuel, in electricity, in food. Things that we used to buy like in big cans have now been restocked to smaller ones. Going for dinner where you'd go for dinner like for $30, now you can only go with like $100 and you're getting the bare minimum. A lot of people are moving away from their usual places because rent is so high. Like, it's a global problem.
It is.
Apart from Tanzania. Tanzania is saying they're not fingering anything.
They're just lying to themselves. I was speaking to an artist I'm working with in the States, Kenya. She was telling me the same thing. Like, it's crazy right now. So people, when I talk to people, they're like, people abroad are okay. You see how the pound is or the dollar is. Like the dollar now is like, what, 140?
Yeah.
So they're like, those guys are okay, but they're not okay.
Nothing doing. That's the exchange rate. It has nothing to do with the prices of things. What is his name? The guy, is it called Flozz? The one who sang the song with Neo. He's always on social media nowadays doing the most. He went complaining about the price of electricity and he was like, it's too damn high. Yeah. He's now contemplating between eating food and pay for electricity in his home. That's how things are becoming so thick. And he's a celebrity with millions of dollars in the bank. And
now Soulja Boy has claimed bankruptcy.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, people are like, no, this guy's hidden money somewhere.
I swear. Just like 50 Cent. Remember 50 Cent did the same thing? He declared bankruptcy, but he had, you're still over there flossing with them dollars.
Yeah. This is how these guys operate, by the way.
But when you declare bankruptcy, you can't have access to a lot of things. Like, people declare you a person who cannot manage your finances.
But even locally, when people say they're getting money, for example, there was this case the other day that Bamboo was awarded by the courts. Was it 4 million?
Yeah, 4.2.
Yeah, and people don't understand. Like, he can be awarded, but it takes still forever.
Yeah, to pay.
To get that money. And even if they start to pay, they pay in bits. They never pay it at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so everyone is suffering everywhere.
But I always talk about this, and even I've been talking about it with my producer in the past week. I think COVID taught us how to survive by recreating ourselves, re-strategizing, and looking at the landscape how it is right now and try to change it for the better for yourself. So sometimes it takes for us to have a meeting with ourselves and say, okay, this is not working out.
Yeah.
Maybe we try this other thing out and try to make the best for ourselves, because again, all of us are going through it. We're all in the same boat. So nobody can turn to the other and say, yeah, blah, blah, blah. It's how to, again, re-strategize. And I think that's where, even as creatives, as artists, that's where they need to be, because now it's survival for the fittest for everyone.
It is.
Everybody's complaining about the same thing.
It is crazy, the price, everything. The other day I was in the market. I went to Mudurwa market where I like going. And I was asking for the onions for 50 bob. Those things are like pimples. And they're like, kwanza easy ni kubwa, easy ni poa. And I'm thinking like, no, like a few months ago, what you get for 50, and even the ones for 100, still look small.
And that's the thing. Again, rethinking your habits. Now you can set up your own small kitchen garden. Just start growing these things for yourselves. Find out how to grow these things for yourselves. Because again, it's for survival. It's for survival, and it's for going back to the Stone Age, where now you have to rely on your land and your hard work and toil and try to make something for yourself. Okay,
I was even talking to Mtiso of 518. They have their show on Friday, and he was telling me that one thing that if he got money right now, one thing that he wants to get into is farming, because he's like, anyway, I studied that, agriculture and what, so it's like I want to get into that, because now like green beans and what, and we have our own family in Narok. Jimmy has his farm. By the way, Jimmy was named after me. So that's Jimmy B. That's our family. So there's a time he had really grown like a lot of tomatoes, right? And then the rains came and screwed up all the tomatoes.
Oh, no.
You know, and I remember he told me now he wants to go into maize because maize actually, even if it rains like crazy,
It stands everything.
yeah, it's good. So people, that's how people are thinking right now. They're thinking like, in the long run, this was working for some time,
Yeah.
but now it's not working anymore. So what can I do
Yeah,
to improve?
it's time to go back to the drawing board. It is time to go back to the drawing board and kind of just rethink, re-strategize, and plan. Because you see now El Nino is coming. Will El Nino coming, meaning events will slow down?
El Nino is crazy. I remember some years ago when El Nino came and I wasn't around, and where I was living, someone called me at 3 o'clock in the morning and said my car was floating. And I was just like, what?
Yeah.
I thought they were lying. I came the next day, I found water all the way to the roof.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So that means, again, for artists, it's to re-strategize on how exactly to make money with the advent of people not being able to go for events, or want to come out due to the rains. So what do you do? It might be going back again to the COVID times. Using the online advantage could be the way to go.
Speaking about artists, I've always said this: we need to get united on how we work together. Now, something came to my attention the other day. So there's this rapper, and I said this last time, people didn't hear me out. I said about unity, especially among female artists. So this chick, Snyder, Don Dada, she came and was coming out against Shekinah, coming against Femi One, and I was like, what's that about? Seriously, like, female artists, listen to me. You guys have so much strength, more than you think, but you need to be united. You know.
She's also now taken on Calligraph.
But those beefs don't go far.
Saying, Calligraph, I've been tagging you, I've been sending you my stuff. It's time for you to wake up and listen to me. But I like it. I like that because it could give her the attention that she does need.
But it may not also give her the attention that she needs.
It might not, but it is a strategy. It's different.
Because first of all, the people that she's gone for, it's like they'll be like, so what? At the end of the day, if you look at the history of beefs when they came out, originally when they came out and they started growing, there was two things they were mainly used for. They were used to build brands, and they also used to make money. People are actually making money off these beefs. People were actually buying the mixtapes. Before they banned those mixtapes. They came out and they took them off the streets. They started saying took the guys were to court, like DJ Drama. And those guys. And so it's like, at the end of the day, when you look at artists even from the 90s, they'll be like, other females like, you know what, let's come together, let's do something together so we can make each other stronger.
Right.
That was the early 90s. Of course, there was that time where Lil Kim had beef with other artists, where the beef started growing, But I kind of feel like, if you make your brand grow stronger, look at people you can work with to make your brand stronger. Look at people you can unite with. Don't look at them like, yeah, let me put this person down, because even that beef of, if you listen to Kali's beef with the guys of TZ, if you listen to his diss, he wasn't really dissing them.
Right.
He was like saying, yeah, I looked up to you guys, and it reminds me of when Jay-Z told Nas, you had a spark when you started, but now you're just garbage, And he actually was saying he looked up to it. Like, if you look at it, he said, he looked up to you, but you could be better, And so I kind of feel like Kali's thing was a thing it was kind of thing like he came at them and said, yeah, I'm not feeling what you guys are doing, but you guys are still great,
100%. I keep saying, like,
so there was a positive side about his. It wasn't, if you listen to the flow, it wasn't negative. It wasn't like, yeah, screw you guys, I'm coming for you. No. There's a waste of space.
It was, wake up. You guys were great. It's time to be great again.
Did he wake them up?
Yes. 100%.
So it was positive.
100%. And plus, of course, the marketing for him was great because now he's doing tours.
Yeah.
As in, what he did for East African music in that one period was amazing. I just wish that there was a bigger call to action afterwards. Okay, we've Fikadia, we've beefed, we've put out our music. How then do we continue from there? How then do we continue? Because collectively as East Africans, we had that power in the early 2000s. Early 2000s. We had that power propelling each other's music. Yeah. I have to shout out one of the radio stations, Capital FM. Did an amazing job of just putting East Africa together. They had the East Africa chart show. They had
Ethnic Fusion that Big Kev was on.
Fusion with Big Kev. They had the World Groove show. Like, they did an amazing job in bringing in different aspects of music from around Africa. But Bongo and UG were prominent on our radios, and we fell in love with that, right? East Africa TV, same thing. Channel O also picked up. It's that needs to come back, right?
I think one of the big problems that we have, you've talked about, is the follow-up. And like, I remember some time ago, Kaka, he did this track where he was talking about the political side of Kenya. He was talking about like how things were, what people are facing and everything. And it became a big record, And I remember telling someone that time, you wait and see. There's going to be no follow-up to this track. This is a one-off. If I can even ask, why did he do it?
Yeah.
And so he had an interview on TV where Eric Wanaina came on that interview. Calligraph was also there. There are a couple of guys that came and said, you know what? You've led the pathway. We're here. We're going to support you. What happened? Whew. Silence after that. Nothing happened. I feel one of the only guys who carried it through when you talk about the political side and about artists was Eric Wanaina when he's in Chiakitu Kidogo, those tracks, yeah?
Right.
But a lot of times, like, there's always no follow-up, to what you put. So people come up with these great ideas, but then they don't manifest into anything after that. See, like with the Kali thing, there's all these artists that have come up now and said, yeah, I'm removing like my own, like this Rosaria has done like now 2.
Yeah.
About Kali, and I'm thinking like, oh, that's proper cloud chasing over there. You can just do one and stick with your one track and
let her ride on it.
Yeah. But the point is, I feel personally, this is my own personal view. No one has shared this view with me. But I kind of feel that the artists who did the diss tracks from TZ, most of them were whack.
Completely. I'm sorry.
And we talked about this for those who didn't know, there was an event at Icon last week on Friday with Smirnoff, and they're representing their new brand, along with Icon, radio. And we talked about guys like Jirongi, and Nafsi Huru. We talked about this whole thing, like, and they're like, why? I said, why did all you guys are just keeping quiet? They're like, what is there really to talk about?
Right.
Even you've heard the disses. Yeah. He says all the so-called top rappers in Tanzania, you haven't heard anything from them. Nothing, not even a beep, not even like, wacha tuonge. No, there's nothing at all. I feel like these guys who came out, when I heard them, I was just like, nah.
Not at all.
There's nothing to write home about there.
One guy I liked, but I can't remember what you sent it. I can't remember what his name was. He had this American accent.
This American accent.
That guy.
And there's another guy. There's another guy I saw the other day. It was sent to me by 518. He has this thing of Arab Moy. Yeah,
okay.
Montra, the whatever.
I've seen the name Montra before.
Yeah. The only thing I said, like, his rap is long, man. It's like 5 minutes. He had a lot of points he was making.
All right, so you just debate for him.
A lot of points, but
debate on beats.
Yeah, I think those two guys came close. I didn't think they got to the full length.
No,
but they came close.
Because even, I'm sorry to say, some of our guys also, I'm like, I didn't feel like they went hard enough. Do you remember like when Bamboo was beefing Klepto? Do you remember how hard they went at each other?
Courtesy of the beat of the beatmaker.
Of course. We should have had that beat played. But
I actually do have it here somewhere.
Yeah, we need to play it. That was hard. That for me.
You call him a fake G unit.
Yeah, as in like, yeah.
That was
that was, it was ding ding ding.
and it is Kolo like I just kept quiet when I heard that beef.
And then even the way Akina Kolo came out with Tuendele, it's still one of the biggest tracks in Kenya today. It was they went hard, and they went hard on the bars, on the beats, not yapping on social media or whatever. So that's what I was expecting out of this beef. I was expecting the guys to go hard. Even Kali, I was expecting him to go a bit hard. It's just that he was using this to wake people up. That was his purpose. I won't.
Yeah, I feel also the beat that he chose, it had that West Coast vibe.
Yeah,
but I'd have wished he would have done a track like All the Way Up.
Kinda, East Coast vibe.
Yeah,
the East Coast used to go hard on their beats.
Because even when you listen to a track like Nas, Ether is classified as one of the top diss tracks of all time.
Yeah,
when you hear it, you're like bar for bar, you can be like, yo, that was cold.
Exactly. So that was what I was hoping for. I was hoping for even our guys to go even a bit harder. Although there were like Kevo K-Force, I appreciated what he did. Actually, yeah.
He's the only one. If he's the only one, there's a problem.
For me, personal opinion, I feel like it was Kevo K-Force. He kind of tried to take it there. But everybody else it was a lot of just cursing, and this and that, F this, F that. Even from TZ, it was just a lot of cursing and teasing.
But I have a belief about what was going on with those beefs. I kind of feel like Tanzania didn't really want to offend Kenya too much.
Yeah, like even the guy with the American accent, you're still giving flowers at the same time. I was like, what are you doing?
He praised Kenyan women, by the way. He didn't really want to offend Kenya too much, and I feel the Kenyan rappers also didn't want to offend Tanzania too much.
They didn't want to step over and just, because they feel, I think the reason why is because I think they want to still be able to go there, tour there. They still want to be able to do business.
But
so they're being conservative.
You know what? You never see when, let's say, when Mike Tyson was boxing and he was going against Holyfield and all these guys. You didn't feel like he was like, yeah, let's be friends. He was friends on another day.
Yes.
But when it came to boxing, it was boxing.
He was there and then, on site.
And so I kind of felt like if they had something to say, they should have said it. The repercussions will come later. Yeah, but then they didn't take it there, and so that's why I kind of feel like even on the side of Kenya, people talked about it, but now that light is dimming out.
Right.
Because there's beats that have been there. Like I remember the one you're saying, like of Bamboo. I remember a lot of people didn't realize at that time I made the beat. I remember at that time I even made it when I was in the UK.
Right.
And when I came back to Kenya, that time me and Big Kev were talking. It's like, yeah, I'm the one who made that beat. He's like, yo, that
was
thing.
hard.
He was like, that disc was cold. But people, I was explaining to some people the other day, the original track that Bamboo used wasn't his. It was actually for Ukoflani, Mao. If you listen to the original, I have both. Should play for you both.
But
and
he did it that track.
So the computer broke down when they recorded, and so they couldn't continue. So Ambrose picked up, but then what he did at that time was just like, I even felt like, in fact, there's someone else on that track, but we don't remember them. All I remember is Bamboo.
To be honest, I think we've had some very iconic beefs, even Abbas versus Chihuahua, and then now they became friends.
They're friends up to
K-South versus Ogopa. It's just there've been a lot of iconic beefs, and guys went hard. So that's what I was expecting. I had my popcorns ready, but I didn't really get that. So we wait for the next season.
I feel like the female artists that jumped on the tracks, and here at Icon, I believe in keeping it real. I feel the artists that jumped on from the Snyders to the Nemar as well. They didn't really bring it to where it needs to be. I kind of feel like, like these MCs who are coming up right now, you gotta up your game, like not 100%, 1,000%.
By the time you're doing a diss track like that, do your research.
It's true.
Look at the history of beats. Listen to the tracks people put out. Look at how they did the deliveries on the tracks, what they aimed to do when they were doing it, what the bars sounded like. Like, just do your research. So by the time you're getting on a track to do a diss track, you're coming in, yani no bars held, yani you're being called from all countries, all presenters from all countries because you went hard.
Yeah, you gotta understand that, like, People even talk about Uganda. Uganda had rappers back in the day. There weren't many. You know, we have guys like Navio, you know, The Myth.
Yeah, he's celebrating 20 years actually in the industry. Yeah.
there are a couple of rappers, because Uganda is not known for, not in a bad way, they're not known for being hip hop guys. They're known for more dancehall, you know, and other forms of music, you know. And so it's like I feel like Kenya holds that mantle, like when it comes to, because of course Kenya and Tanzania hold that mantle when it comes to hip hop, you know. And I kind of feel like, I hope that both sides, Kenya's been woken up. Yeah, Kenya went, what did it say? Kenya got woke.
Yeah, got woke.
I hope Kenya has woken up and Tanzania has woken up. And we need to get back to how we were as Kenya in Tanzania. You know,
100%.
how we were, because that's what's going to make us stand strong.
100%. I mean, we can go on and on about this forever, but we need to get on a break. When we come back, we'll be getting on a call with Lisa, who unfortunately was not able to make it because she has to catch her flights. So I'll be back with that. Keep it right here on Icon Radio. Of course, you can get to the conversation on WhatsApp number +254 788 380030. This is The Vault.
Big shout out to Vince on the beat, by the way.
Yeah, remember that time I say that God's gonna happen, though. Silly shafunguka, I'm getting everything I'm asking for. Made it on my own like that, man. I just tell them we don't get down like that. We don't get down like that. Man, I'm in my zone like that, so we give it to them even if they don't like that. Even if they don't like that. Made it on my own like that, man. I just tell them we don't get down like that. We don't get down like that. Man, I'm in my zone like that, so we give it to them even if they don't like that. Even if they don't like that. Yeah, one thing that we learn about this life. What? Never tolerate what you dislike. Never. See, I don't like it when a chick fight. I swear I had to marry me a rich wife. Spend the day my pepe, mkibisha na kidogo asha aim machete. Yo fanyama mblay no cheki. Kwa mwili yako nde utrain mateke. 2012 in the juicy too. Y'all remember when I used to bring that subi through? Y'all niggas was some bougie dudes. I I'm in the city kwa movie crew. Checky, I may be the next Dwayne, I'm a Denzel. But I can still settle for a nyuka quarter. A lot of you niggas know that I've been real. Bado kitaka ni jam, then weguza Porsche. Mejiset sina stress na success. Ejafungulio na kia dichotomous. Wejiset, cause you would have ever guessed munge rambwa na economy ya bottom up. Local tracks kidogo ni monotonous. Also enough mechoka na myondoko dance. Most of us kubanja na kingoso tough. Morio hash, nadhani ndo bamboso vas. Not to brag, but stake wana moto plus and vocal. That's cause stake wana ndoto class. Bronco Pasco ambama poko nyap. Of course I'm back uneza kujia autograph. Yeah, remember that time I say that God's gonna happen, though. Silly shafunguka, I'm getting everything I'm asking for. Made it on my own like that, man. I just tell them we don't get down like that. We don't get down like that. I'm in my zone like that, so we give it to them even if they don't like that. Even if they don't like that. Made it on my own like that, man. I just tell them we don't get down like that. We don't get down like that. Man, I'm in my zone like that, so we give it to them even if they don't like that. Even if they don't like that. Yeah. See, when you're making boss moves, the last thing you wanna do is engage in little beefs. Cause when you meet, they act cool, but as soon as you leave, in a geuka Middle East. Fame is a drug, nani addictive. What? Dem ana twak dwaguze whiskey. What? Game in a grudge, in a discipline. Vile name in a buzz is still a mystery. Wejaribu tumia force ukitaka, dhota kukoska zile kondo za Kenyatta. Top china piga crocs na Kenyasa, ingia box ni kuuzie plot kwa kichaka. Kayole ukileta tabu na shandwa, bogi likwe nafunzwa dabu na panga. We used to nyonga di magwadu inaganda, talante kaleta hela za babu na mwamba. Islando saini kama Karen tu, mika nyamoni kwa naipitia madare mguu. And not even my parents knew. Zile visanga tulifanya na uko Salem. My gold digger wanalima na jembe. Celebrities wanapiga matembe. Media pena try kuzimanga genge. Serikali nayo natufinya makende. Era tuko ni ya manuk za kutisha. CBC agenda inakuwa push through the teacher. Na ukiopozi unaitwa State House, unaekelewa mikono kanchukush na butita. Pia mina ngoja invitation. Yeah, cause I'm not fighting for the nation. Nope, junkiambua mskiangi, so holla at your boy ndo to balance the equation. Na ukieka trust kwa mapenzi,
kujipenda pia kumbuka muhimu. Juu dhambi zufanyika after weekendi, zufanya meso kufutwa kwa simu. Religion pia ni ya mahasla kishenzi, waumini wamefungwa na pingu. And who am I to judge Pastor Mackenzie? Jugava pia mejama crooks na wazimu bombo. Yeah, remember that time I say that God's gonna happen though. Silisha funguka and I'm getting everything I'm asking for. Made it on my own like that, man. I just tell them we don't get down like that. We don't get down like man, that. I'm in my zone like that, so we give it to them even if they don't like that. Even if they don't like that. Made it on my own like that, man. I just tell them we don't get down like that. We don't get down like that. Man, I'm in my zone like that, so we give it to them even if they don't like that. Even if they don't like that.
Let me say this one. Yeah, boutique of fresh, walking in hate, presidential, calculate, Biana ass, coin freaks, minico magic, calculate, ay, boutique of fresh, yeah, walking hate, go, yeah, presidential, yeah, calculate, yeah, Biana ass, yeah, coin freaks, yeah, minico magic, yeah, calculate, yeah, minico green, yeah, villain smell like terere, once on a day, kunchuja kwa club, jumweka, sweets kwa kerenget, anave shake pekele, butina baki like, yeah, Biana day, kunchola la morini boy, so butina lele left, wanna jidati, shori ni peng, na minki checking nyongongo, jo, unasemwe mgori wa bazu kwa bell, lakini unashinda tu nyongo, losa, roba peleka na sponsor, man, minta kutupa kwa local, jo, unadringia makali ya kisonko, jo, warembo napenda konyagi, man, hata nikwe mimsoto ho, uwezi nipata na chura, man, mwisho wa mwezi kila mtu staji, mboka imengia kwa pori, man, shaniko kipiga void, masleo unusa mshahara kingia, but mwisho wa mwezi kila mtu star, lazima ni empty mapori, man, butiko fresh, yeah, walking hate, go, yeah, presidential, yeah, calculate, yeah, Biana ass, yeah, coiny freaks, yeah, minko maji, yeah, calculate, yeah, butiko fresh, yeah, walking hate, go, yeah, presidential, yeah, calculate, yeah, Biana ass, yeah, coiny freaks, yeah, minko maji, yeah, calculate, yeah. Ati Wanjira ko single, min ko single pair. Kana dekto panty, mbona na interfere. Unajua musali banangi bush na barali kate ya maji. Ka unajua story, mbona na bitch my dear. Ati Wanjira ko naked, buti na interfere. Deki unajua ni nono, mbona na doubt my dear. Kama na koga kwa rada, mini ko mea my dear. Manga kintafutamba. Yeah, butiko fresh, yeah, walking hate, go, yeah, presidential, yeah, calculate, yeah, Biana ass, yeah, coiny freaks, yeah, minko maji, yeah, calculate, yeah, butiko fresh, yeah, walking hate, go, yeah, presidential, yeah, calculate, yeah, Biana ass, yeah, coiny freaks, yeah, minko maji, yeah, calculate, yeah. I
got a little story to tell you. Have you ever met a girl that you tried to date, but a year to make love she wanted you to wait? Let me tell you a story of my situation. I was talking to this girl from the US nation. The way that I met her was on tour at a concert. She had long hair and a short miniskirt. I just got on stage dripping, pouring with sweat. I was walking through the crowd and guess who I met? I whispered in her ear, come to the picture booth so I can ask you some questions to see if you're 100 proof. I asked her name, she said blah, blah, blah. She had 9, 10 pants and a very big bra. I took a couple of flicks and she was enthused. I said, how do you like the show? She said I was very amused. I started throwing bass, she started throwing back mid-range. But when I sprung the question, she acted kind of strange. Because when I asked, do you have a man? She tried to pretend. She said, no, I don't. I only have a friend. friends, and that's a fact. Like Agnes, Agatha, Jermaine, and Jack. Forget about that, let's go into the story about a girl named blah 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 that adore me. So we started talking, getting familiar, spending a lot of time so we can build a relationship or some understanding how it's gonna be in the future. We was planning, everything sounded so dandy and sweet. I had no idea I was in for a treat. After this was established, everything was cool. The tour was over and she went back to school. I called every day to see how she was doing. Every time that I called her, it seemed something was brewing. I called the room, got picked up, and then I called again. I said, yo, who is that? Oh, he's just a friend. Don't give me that. Don't even give me that. Just bust this. You got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. And you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just a friend. So I came to her college on a surprise visit to see my girl that was so exquisite. It was a school day. I know she was there the first semester of the school year. I went to a gate to ask where was a dorm. This guy made me fill out a visitor's form. He told me where it was, and I was on my way to see my baby doll. I was happy to say I arrived in front of the dormitory. Yo, could you tell me where is door 3? They showed me where it was for the moment. I didn't know I was in for such an event. So I came to a room and opened the door. Oh, snap! Guess what I saw? I felt a tongue kissing my girl in the mouth. I was so in shock, my heart went down south. So please listen to the message that I sent. Don't ever talk to a girl who says she just has a friend. Has a friend. Has a friend. Has a friend. Has a friend.
Yeah, yeah. Get your ass up and hurry up. Ice Cube, baby. 99, baby. I'm on the grind, baby. All the time, baby. Show me something.
You can do it, put your back into it.
I can do it, put your into it.
You can do it, put your back into it.
I can do it, put your into it.
Put your back into it.
Put your into it. Tick, tick, boom, hit me banging down these back streets. Loving Black Street, treated like an athlete. Life ain't a track meet. It's a marathon cemetery that a nigga get buried on. We be coming to the day we die. Ask the bartender if you think we lie. But if you think we hot, you can think again. Cause when it's sink or swim, you got to think to win. And if I drink this in, everybody will know it. Cause I ain't going for it. So pray to the Lord that I don't pull out. Cuss out and bust out. Go to the crowd. Make it trigger shout. You can try to smoke an ounce to this. Well, I pronounce this. Baby, bounce them. I'ma move them hips. Baby, shake them cheeks. I got but they you got for we.
Don't stop, get it.
That's real.
Don't stop, hit it.
I will. I'm gon' do it. Gon' do it. Gon' do it. Do it. Do it.
You can do it, put your back into it.
Come on. I can do it. Put your into it. Come on.
You can do it, put your back into it.
Come on. I can do it. Put your into it.
Put your back into it.
Put your into it. Now all I wanna do is have fun with my loved ones. Loved ones, relatives, and my cousins. And I got them by the dozens. When they buzz on, quick to say, for husband. This is for my locked away. Extra love for the ones who ain't got no date. But when we get checkmate with Ice Cube the Great, as soon as I get a word, we can rush the safe. Some lights in place because life is great. It don't matter if you rich and your folks ain't straight. I'm still coming with that underground gangster shit. No matter how many say we ain't the
Don't stop, get it.
that's real.
Don't stop, hit it.
I will. I'm gon' do it. Gon' do it. Gon' do it. Do it. Do it.
You can do it, put your back into it.
I can do it. Put your into it.
You can do it, put your back into it.
I can do it. Put your into it.
Put your back into it.
Put your into it. I do hardcore rhyming, hard time grinding, gorilla pimping, while the niggas fine and dining. Kinda love this thug, class in the mud, pockets on flush, keep ripping blood. I don't rent, I botch, jealous of my shit. Wonder where this young get all this fly. while you rooting and recruiting. 6'8" hooping, I was in the hood shooting, plus I had the white whooping. I come from Pyrex bowls and oversized jars. I'm passed up stripes, I got stars and bars. No time for player Haitian Mac, paper chasing. Kicked out the substation to the hip-hop nation. The more hits, the more bigger with illegal weight figures. Done develop the status of a platinum plus nigga. But the first bad hope show I can hit it. I keep pushing, don't quit it, don't stop till I get it.
Don't stop, get it, get it.
That's real.
Don't stop, hit it.
I will, I'm gon' do it. Gon' do it. Gon' do it. Do it, do it.
You can do it, put your back into it.
I can do it, put your into it.
You can do it, put your back into it.
Come on. I can do it, put your into it.
You can do it, put your back into it.
I can do it, put your into it.
You can do it, put your back into it.
I can do it, put your into it.
Don't stop, get it, get it.
That's real.
Don't stop, hit it.
I will, I'm gon' do it. Gon' do it. Gon' do it. Do it, do it.
You can do it, put your back into it.
I can do it, put your into it.
You can do it, put your back into it.
I can do it, put your into it. Put your into it. We be clubbing. We be gyrations, close to fornication. We be clubbing. We be gyrations, close to fornication. Yeah. We be gyrations, close to fornication. We be gyrations,
Big shout out to Vince on the beat, by the way. No question, I pay my dues. This how I make my moves. Last thing you wanna do is piss me off on my turf, cause I lay my rules. And it feels like deja vu. Shout to the wrong Randy crew. Rough Riders, DMX reincarnated. We about to end this fools. You're not rocking with the best, no cap. Yep. You and the rest know that. Yep. We just trying to get gold plaques. Yep. That's why we don't take no crap. Nope. It's all talk, but you got no class. Nope. It's all edit, but you got no ass. Nope. No boobs, then you get no pass. Nope. More hits, then you get more cash. Yeah. Scar told me Cali be nice, but how the hell can a wrong nigga be right? Right. Right. I'm the motherfucker these niggas wanna be like. Like. Yeah. Like. Last post nili ona ilipata 3 likes. Like. Mtaoja ifika buda si uroga juu ya real life. Ikifika teke wanitoe. Same na shindwa mbona muniweke na watoi. Ever since Prime More, man, I was a legendary boy. Before Nazizi, I was making necessary noise. Gave me majeza, ama dogi wacha tupeleke veterinary. Oi! Zangu zimeshika zimeguantana. Slingi inafanya giza inakamchana. Kanji pia imejipa inakamsana. Mbogi na kaimehudhika inajamsana. Mina jitreat na kalita kafanta na mzinga kasita za Hennessy Hunter na sifa setisha bamiosha ni baba na nyimna kanjisha pasimu unapambana. Chume ya doshi imefanya squeezy mina confuse malele. Gay girls wanalia na wa drive crazy washani approve kadere. Ocha ni bondo lakini ya nyango analia ni move kondele. Atini kimguza yo feel ni kama shikwa na loose mabele. Heshima ni kitu muhimu so kau ni pewe jidunge na daga. Vile warrant of arrest wali issue ili nibidi nijisunde moshadha. Vile miuche screenshot dhani niko juu ya sembe na kunde kwa madha. Ini kesi peleka high court na make sure pia mkatafute marami. Na comfort na patani ya bustani. Na click yangu pekendo ina move nami. Na vile tunawabeba nkaki kush flani. Inataka tsunami. Tunenda mus no hurry. Mus no hurry. Toka midnight tungware. Midnight tungware. Ni Mr. Rizwai Susare. Rizwai Susare. Omolo this time minare. Well, this time minare.
Otada Cruz Ubenga Cheth. Brothers tu waunge osiep. Hadi kwa mtawana liya fresh. Na spendi mambangana ni affect. Unge nielewa if you knew me man. Nilelewa umo kwa mahooligan. Rolls of Mavela kwa Louis bag. Even big bro never ever knew his slang. Me and Shaitan we doing dance. Yeah I play hard and I do invest. Pay me what's mine Miss Dewey Dent. Manze unabonga mingi but doing less. Kiss you do come to even. I see you doing good me I'm doing best. Tau so kwa show don't give me less. Me roll na maniga wambiwe shit. Yo spin it so proper. When you see me in it's your chocha. Me spendi kusota. Niko mstiri wemboka. I can never lose my focus. But big booty ufanyaga na choka. So afichia tukisota. Jela ni cho so ingia tukitoka. I know people like me, I know, but you ain't never ever see me riding alone. Wrong render everywhere that I go. Niliambia the girls you are scared me more. Yeah, we do it like before. RR, yeah, you know the initials. Wrong turn, yeah, you know the mission. Keep it route when you don't have a key for. This is just the intro. Super walk on a screen got tip low. Nani just the tip though. She wants to roll with a gang, so back it up and gang get on. I can't that trend is wrong. Mashallah, I'm self-employed. You think they were here for games, huh? Tay, Bugizi, with codeine. Your true prayer didn't complain. They tried to recruit me, I didn't comply. Gangster boy, I think you're shy. Rude boy, much me with the dick outside. In the realness, me mix na style. It's not music when I'm liquid Cali, yeah. So much drama, Kobe is my guy. It's so hard being Mr. Rizman, why? Money's the reason why that old boy die, alum is on by. See to God to see this side. Just push on and give it time. Step your route, I'm a BBI. Well, I say, go, but getting fine.
Na comfort, na patani, ya boostani. Na click yangu breaking, okay, na move na me. Na vile tunawabeba nkaki kush flani. Inakaka tsunami. Tunenda mos no hurry. Mos no hurry. Kutoka midnight to worry. Midnight to worry. Mr. Reason why Susare. Reason why Susare. Ongolo this time ninare. This time ninare.
How can I even start this? Coming with the tactics. Motherfucking black sheep. Nili pull up kakuna masti.
Ndakusunda kwa buti ya raktis. Disi IG nasko kwa blacklist. Kwa ili gwezi pata justice. This is murder my nigga, fuck this. Niko na fans utembe na my logo kwa uso. Utajua beef siyo nyama pekee buda hapa ni fogo gaucho.
Na kuanga manduku. Kila mali nendange na kuanga marufu. Nyamaza ikuhusu. Usinifanye nitume baba ya mutu. Na kauna ishuku check mpesa. Ume come show mime come kuteka magaheni kwa flow. Sukumbuka ancestors. Render ni wrong. Yenyo ni
imitation that you hit the scene. When I've been famous ever since the teens. Guy, I waginite ko bido lit my team. Nafanya gangster atesa na ka Mr. Bean. The other kiss the ring, Jimmy Al Pacino. Nana lukucha known as a trust madingo. Izo waya mumedunga ni bonoko unadhani mbona unazidi kupata izo rush kwa shingo.
Glass and vinyo, omolo kunywangi mpefa anta people.
This is The Vault. I'm your girl, Myra Maloba, the Afropunk Queen, and...
yes, the beat maker, not the beat taker. 10 fingers in the air. That's how we're representing. If you don't know, you better ask your mama.
Ask her. Right. Guys, we've just been talking about what's been happening in the past week. Of course, rather the past month. Jimmy was also around last week and we recapped on this whole Kenya versus TZ beef. And everybody tried to bring it in their own way. The other time, I think this week, Otile Brown was trying to come after Akina Harmonize and said Bongo Flava is dead. Mnaanza kubo sasa.
Yeah.
Mnaanza kubo. If you don't bring it in the music, stop talking. People are talking too much.
Then there's the issue in Bongo itself, how Diamond went after Aisley's girlfriend because he refused to sign with Wasafi. Even them, they have their own beef in their country. Let them not lie about it.
I feel, take it to the mic. That's your ring. Stop social media, yappy too much, writing paragraphs we don't even understand. Yani, take it to the mic.
But I feel that these beefs should remain on the wax. They should remain there. They should not go beyond. I remember there's this beef that 50 Cent had with Ja Rule. Remember? And then he kept on, 50 Cent talks a lot. He kept on yapping about. And then he was at the studio. He was at the studio downstairs.
Yeah.
And then he said, if in fact, Ja Rule was at the studio, 50 Cent was upstairs. Like, yo, if I met this guy, this is what I would do to him. Or then Pras was with him, he said, yeah, but 50 Cent is up in the studio. That's when they went off and turned off the lights, looked for like some knife in the studio.
Jeez, man.
You don't want to get to that point.
Yeah.
You never want to get to that point. Let it be positivity. Like, let it not get to that point where people, because there's this documentary I've been watching. It's called Hip Hop Homicide, you know, produced by 50 Cent.
Right.
You know? And he actually explained what happened to certain cases. You know, he says we're not trying to solve those cases. We're just trying to talk about what happened. And usually when beefs happen, it's not the original members who have the beef. Let's say it's Kylie and someone else. They're not the ones who bring all the problems. It's the people who are around you who are the ones who go and pick up a gun or do some craziness.
Yeah.
And so I say even when people put out beefs, like they should keep it in a way where, you say all you say in your heart, but let it never go beyond that. You know, because when it does that, it becomes dangerous.
That's true.
You know?
That's very true. Keep it to the mic. Again, the ring is your mic.
But also there's something positive I want to talk about. So I don't know if you saw this, but there's the anniversary of the miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Man, the way I've been following everything that Lauryn Hill has been doing ever since she got on social media, and she's reuniting with the Fugees. Anyway,
did you see her performance like for 50 years of hip hop with Nas? It was incredible. Guys went crazy.
I was salivating just watching. It was one of the greatest moments that weekend.
But I find it great that she's going with the Fugees on that tour. You know, especially because I thought like Prowse was gonna be locked up. Like,
I thought like the feds already got him. Like, I
think there was a deal that was done.
I think so, because you're snitching at the end of the day. So
yeah, but this is gonna be amazing because if there's one group that constantly keeps on coming up in hip hop, is the Fugees.
Oh man. It's beautiful.
Like you hear their music, you know. People forget that before the Fugees were known as the Fugees, they had another name.
What?
They're known as the Translator Crew.
Jeez.
And they only sold like 12, 13 copies of the album.
Right. So they reinvented themselves. What we're talking about.
And this is something artists got to learn.
Right.
You've got to reinvent yourself. And you see, when we come back to our local town, even when you talk about someone like Calligraph, when he started his early career, you know, you don't remember him. But it's now when he went and got the fake New York accent. He did all these things, you know, because he was reinventing himself. And you've got to learn how to reinvent yourself. Because even in the early days, Lauryn, she was part of this crew, but she never used to rap. She just used to sing. And now Praz and Wyclef showed her how to rap, you know, because people forget that Wyclef was actually a battle MC. You know, he used to battle, you know, and so they showed her how to go about it, and that's what she reinvented herself to the Lauryn Hill that we know right now. Right. And so you've got to understand, like, how to put yourself in people's eyes, you know, for them to remember you. But in terms of Fugees, big up with Lauryn Hill. We can't wait to see that tour.
I hope they're live streaming it somewhere. I don't know, because that is going to be nuts. I think that's the biggest thing. Everybody's talking about Beyonce right now. For me, it's the Fugees.
I hope they come up with a back scene documentary about that whole tour.
I do hope so. I hope they even just get to address their beefs live.
Do they still have the beef, or they've let those beefs go?
Of course, they've let them go by now. But they had serious beef. Especially, you know, between each other. Wyclef kept on calling Lauryn Hill crazy. But
apart from that, he said that her kid was actually his kid. He thought it was his kid.
It was just too much, because they were dating before she got together with one of the Marleys.
But then when she hooked up with Rohan Marley, it's like it was proven that was actually his kid. Yeah. Not Wyclef.
No, Wyclef. Zion.
And Wyclef actually the whole time he was dating Lauryn, he was dating another woman who became his wife.
Scandal. Too much scandal. Too much scandal. But you know, like now, Wyclef is Haitian. You know, Lauryn is whoever she is. I think those two coming together are just bound to be heated up.
I think we need to look also at Kenya and what artists in Kenya are doing. For example, some of the artists that I know from the past are coming back. Like, I don't know if you remember this crew. You must remember them, Myra. Oh. I see they're online coming back. Remember Kenyana? Gozinyeusi.
How can I forget?
Gozinyeusi said he's about to drop some stuff soon.
Oh,
in fact, we need to get him here on Icon.
Let me tell you, those are the most built guys in music. Leave alone even.
They used to scare people.
Calligraph.
They used to scare people.
Those are the guys here in here.
I remember I was with Gozinyeusi in the studio, and he was always very like he'd remove his shirt, and he was just like he's rapping like.
That was their thing. Oh man, that would be so dope to come.
Yeah, they're around. I'm in touch sometimes with Gozinyeusi, Tomito. You know, so it's like. They're dropping. I saw the other day they said they're going to be dropping something very soon. I know he's been back in the studio working.
Awesome.
And so we have a lot of guys from the past moving to the present who are doing really good stuff. So let us not forget to focus on people who are doing their thing. Let's give them their flowers. Let's give them their 10 fingers in the air, you know, for doing their thing, you know. And so I feel one of the problems that we face in Kenya, and one of the big problems is that Kenyans, we don't support our own. Even before you've heard a record, you're like, that must be a whack record. You know, that's how we react. And someone from abroad who we don't even know, we haven't even heard the song, but we're willing to push them. We're willing to promote them.
Right.
You know, so I feel we need to get back to that thing in Kenya where we used to love our artists. We used to love what they were doing. We need to get back to loving what Kenya is about, because Kenya is a is a great country. And I remember talking about this with my boy Flavian Boosie and 518 the other day, and I was saying we as Kenyans, we need to promote what we are about even in our videos.
Right.
We have our own culture.
Right.
We have Mutura Maze. We have things that are local, but you never see them in. In fact, abroad, we're only known for two things. And I brought this up to someone. We're known for being great in athletics, and we're known for making great tea. If you go anywhere, that's what they know Kenya for. If you ask them about music or the arts, anything, they don't really know. And if they know, it's because certain people have come into Kenya, but they really don't know. And we've got to really promote what we're about.
Speaking of, we did Strictly Kenyan last Friday.
Yeah.
You met the artists here when we did.
Yeah, I met all of them here.
I don't know who impressed you the most, but yeah, we had the artists here. And you know, the question was always, okay, why Shrap? Why did you guys choose this as a genre? Who listens to Shrap? And on that Saturday, of course, events just being events in Kenya, our biggest competitor was Casper Nyovest, African Throne, together with Nasty C. And we had Strictly Kenyan. But let me tell you, those 6 artists who hit the stage, they left everything on that stage. They made people understand and believe why we should be listening to Kenyan music. I had a few of my friends coming through before. They're like, that's not my scene, because we have Unplugged, the Surge Unplugged, it's rock. They're like, okay, fine, let's come for Surge Unplugged, rock is our thing. But they finally convinced themselves to come on that Saturday, and their minds were blown because of how much these guys put on a show. And they were like, where has this music been? We're like, you've just not been the one looking enough for it. And Strictly Kenyan has just proved just that. That if you gave our artists the platform, you'd be amazed about how much they're able to put out for you to be able to entertain you. And how much our music is just top tier.
There are a lot of artists that are coming out. I've been meeting a lot of artists that I didn't know about. To be honest, I didn't know about them. Last week I was in contact with these 2 ladies. Supposed to be in the studio with them. One is called Riri, the other is called Dollar. Like, I asked her, why not call yourself Shilling? Why Dollar? She's like, I just like the Dollar. And funny enough, Dollar was actually, there's a time Kali was doing this competition.
Oh, sorry, let me just divert Kidogo. KSH is actually a good name. Somebody called themselves KSH. Like Kenya Shilling. That would actually be dope. KSH is a good stage name.
But like, it's like me calling myself Beatmaker Pound.
Yeah.
Pound, like, what the heck?
Whoever is watching, you take the name KSH, please give me that to be copyright. Or give it to Jimmy. That's a good one. That's a good, KSH is a good one.
So this Dollar was actually on, Kali was running a competition some time ago where you kind of put in your freestyle, and then per week a winner gets like 10K. So she's one of them who won 10K,
nice.
And so I met a lot of artists that are spitting, doing dope stuff, but you're never gonna hear about them at all unless you're in certain places. Like now for Strictly Kenyan, I'm sure the people who came through got to hear these artists, and now they're gonna remember them.
Oh, 100%.
They're gonna remember them because now they saw them. But I think the thing that needs to happen is let there not just be a show and it ends there. Check them out. Get their social media handles.
Yeah.
Like, follow them up.
Follow them.
See what they're doing out there, because that's the only way our industry is gonna grow. If they have something out there, whether it's merchandise, whether it's the record, buy into it.
Right.
This is the way we promote our own.
100%.
Because I met these artists, when they were here last week on Friday, and a lot of them were coming up to me. They're like, "Oh yeah, we've heard about you, the beat maker," And it's just like, for them to step to me, now it's like I have to look for them. I have to figure out who are these artists, what are they doing, and everything.
Exactly.
Because that's the way we support our own. If you look at the hip hop scene in Kenya and how it grew, at that time there was no social media. It didn't exist. It's because people presented themselves and people started following them. Wherever they were, whatever shows they did, whatever they were putting out there, they'd follow up. So we need to get back to that way of really supporting our own, at the end of the day. Because if we don't, then this industry that we have, this urban, let me say urban music industry, is going to fade out.
100%. So big shout out to Marvin Obiero, big shout out to Kanzu, shout out to Genesis, shout out to Saisa, Groovy Joe, shout out to SB. You guys are blazing the trail. You're setting a different scene, a different tone. Shrap, I never really used to listen to it until like maybe I listened to the hookup or bass here, but now I've gotten a whole new respect, a whole new love, and I'm excited to see what these guys have to offer as they continue to just blaze the trail for Kenyan hip-hop, and that is sheng and rap music. The fact that I say sheng and trap, maybe sheng and trap or sheng and rap, but it's sheng with our own music, strictly Kenyan. Loved it 100%. Now, speaking of artists, you did mention that Nonini complained about not being paid his dues, or not being appreciated enough for the dues he's supposed to be paid.
Yep.
So what was the story behind that?
I think there's a positive side about Nonini and an egg side. Nonini is becoming like a 50 Cent, getting on everyone's page and whining sometimes about stuff that goes on. But he brought up this issue where he was asked to perform for a tour that's coming up in the States. You know, he's in the States.
Yeah. And
so he was saying that his payment, and he put it out there, the contract they wanted to offer him, his payment from, I think, for the next 2 months, they're gonna pay him $500. And he was pissed off. He was like,
for 2 months.
Yeah, it was like everything was coming to like 500. It was like he was pissed off. You know, it was like they said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna put your air flight in. We're gonna do this and this." But then it's like, but my payment is what's important here, you know. And so he put up actually the contract for Burna Boy when Burna Boy goes and performs, you know. And he said the things that is covered, you know.
So let's get this for people who have not done the math. $500 is about like, I think, 60K Kenya shillings.
Yeah, it's about dollars right now 140. So yeah, about 60. About
60K.
Yeah.
So they want for him for a span of two months, is it, to get 60K?
Yeah, and it's like he feels that he's put in the dues as an artist for many years, and it kind of feels like that is way below what an artist should be paid.
But can we speak realistically also? Nonini did put in a lot of work in the early 2000s.
Yes, he did.
But then what happened?
Him with Caliph and Jua.
Yeah, but then what happened? He went quiet.
Yeah, he went quiet.
He stopped putting in work.
He started putting out a single here there, sign on P Unit, concentrate on the other side.
On signing people. And then he put out Keroro Remix.
Yeah.
The other day, not during the time it was hitting, the other day.
Apparently, I heard that artist approached him
to do the Keroro remix.
It was actually the artist who approached him, and he decided, yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I kind of feel like it's outplayed, you know, my opinion of doing the remix.
I mean, like, if you're... Yes, it's good to say by mouth that you're relevant and you should be paid according to your relevancy. But of course, it's apples and oranges comparing himself to Burna Boy, to be very honest.
I don't think he's really comparing himself. He's just saying that if you look at the contract, like, even before, like Burna Boy put in his demands, you know, and of course Burna Boy has his rate card of this is what I want to be paid.
I think for Nonini, he needs to. It's a show and prove situation. Like even for Khalib, by the time he was saying this is what I demand, it was a show and prove. Even Aziad, by the time she was saying this is what I demand, it was a show and prove. So for Nonini, he needs to put in a lot of work, in my opinion, just because he slowed down.
But
for the simple fact, he slowed down.
What was said on the grapevine, let me call it the grapevine. You heard it through the grapevine. Yeah, was Nonini played a lot of guys in Kenya. He burned a lot of bridges. You know, if you go down and talk to a lot of guys, they'll say, yeah, this guy, he just was out there getting money for himself, played out a lot of people. And so that's one of the things why there's people that have love for him and people that don't have love for him at all. You know, because they feel like he should have done better. He should have helped out because he claims that he really built up the built up the music, really made Kenya like that music they were doing Gangi at that time, that he's the one who should be respected like that. I have a problem when people claim that they should be respected,
Yeah, that's exactly what I was alluding to. You can't force people to respect you.
Yeah.
You gain that respect. It's earned.
Yeah.
It's earned. And I feel, for me, I feel like he slowed down way too much. Like even Juakali came out with this album the other day, but he's putting in so much work to get back to where he was, right? So that's what needs to happen. For you to claim that or rather to insist that you're of this caliber, you have to show and prove.
I know before he left Kenya, he was really trying to promote his record, that Mgenge True. Yeah. And so he had gone into all this branding, but at the same time, Noni is that kind of person where he wants to be respected, but he's also slating a lot of things that go on in Kenya. He was dissing the whole thing, and people are like, "Weren't you in one of these organizations? I can't remember if it was Prisk or whatever. What did you do? What did you do to help artists?"
There's a lot of argument. Although there is also a lot of bureaucracy in these organizations like Prisk and Camp. There's only so much you're able to do within the parameters that have been set for you. Yeah. So again, for me, for Nonini, like, he is great. He is a trailblazer, but he needs to show and prove. But right now. The landscape has changed.
Do you think he's a great artist?
Yeah, I do. I think he's a great artist. I think he's a great performer. At least from the last time I saw him, maybe things have changed. And I think that even with his side shows, he could get to a point where, he has his name on people's lips. But there are even kids right now who don't know who Nonini is.
I think his light dwindled, if you ask me. And when your light dwindles, it comes back to your flow. For example, 50 Cent had In the Club, right? It was a big, massive hit, right? When you saw Nonini was on that thing for with Snoop and Dr. Dre, you can see that he's not the same 50 Cent, so he's dwindled. For you to get back to that, it takes a lot. You have to work with writers who are current. You have to work with guys who are brand. There's a lot that Nonini has put in place. But if he's trying to bring that old him to 2023, going into 2024, nah, I don't think it can work. Yeah. I think he has to understand that time has moved forward.
Changed. Everything has changed.
Yeah, everything has changed, and he has to be able to work with these. And I always tell these old school artists, I tell them, you got to work with these new school artists.
Right.
You got to work with the guys who are doing stuff right now because they know the language. They know the branding game. They know how to put all these things together because they're doing it.
Right.
You don't know how to do it. You may have a good mind, but you don't know how to do it. So I feel like Nonini got more interested in the entrepreneurship things that he's doing, and the music, that's what failed.
Well, speaking of Burna Boy, his rider, it included everything from a private jet from him and his manager alone, 14 flight tickets for his band, must be picked up by a convoy of 5 vehicles at the airport. Okay, that's not bad. A Sprinter van, 3 SUVs, a 4 to 5 star hotel must be booked. The hotel should have reserved a smoking executive suite, 2 junior suites, 1 deluxe king room, and 6 double standard rooms with big mirrors. Up to 10 rooms booked for him and his band. 12 bottles of still and carbonated spring water. Okay, the food and drinks won't go. That's too long. But yes, the biggest bill was that private jet, 14 flight tickets, and 5-star hotel rooms. Minus, this is all minus his actual fee. His actual fee goes, I think, into the hundreds of millions of Kenya shillings.
That's just accommodation.
This is just accommodation and the rider. Periods. The hospitality rider. Periods. So yes.
But I think the way he looks at it, if Burna Boy, because there's a promoter for those shows, if he's gonna make money for you, why should he not be accommodated well? I think that's the way he looks at it.
But I also understand where he's coming from. The amount is being given for 2 months. That literally doesn't cut it.
That's like a joke.
It is a joke. That is a joke. $500 is a joke. So I feel for him, and I understand what he's saying. But he doesn't also have the power to say no.
I think he has actually said no.
Yeah, for him to also put it out, it might work out in his favor. It might not, because people might try to up that fee that he was being given, maybe like another $100. You understand? It might not. He still have to fight for the fee that he really wants to fight for. So it could work for him. It could end up blowing up in his face. It depends.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense, that payment, you know, because forget about that. Maybe he feels that he's known. I think at the end of the day is he's putting in time. He's recording his music. Those are costs. It still doesn't amount to 500. It's way more than that.
Right.
And so I kind of feel like he should get more out of it than that.
100%. Well, that's our time, guys. Time has flown so fast. It's about 5 minutes to the top of the hour. Of course, if you want to try and get to the conversations, always hit us up on +254 788 380030. Next week, we'll be back with Mal G. Jirongi is still saying he's coming back, so we'll wait for that one. But yes.
Ask Jirongi whether he'll come back before or after Jesus comes. Yeah.
But Jirongi always has everybody to understand our relationship with him. He always has that seat waiting for him. So we're waiting for Jirongi to come back. We were here with him last Friday. It was amazing to just have that vibe. The vibe that was in the room last Friday was amazing.
And let us not forget, before we go, I'll let Myra conclude this. But hey, have you been checking out the Surge?
Hi, yes.
Yeah, we have something massive happening tomorrow.
Yes.
Will shout them out, Myra.
Tomorrow we have the Surge Unplugged going down at K1 Clubhouse. First of its kind. It's going to be a night filled with acoustic music, and it's all going to be recorded, and each one of those songs are going to be put out as music videos. So if you want to be within that scene and not miss out on this historic, monumental moment, you have to be there. It's 1,000 bob, only 500 bob redeemable at the venue. We have Jimmy the beatmaker giving us the honor of producing this particular thing. We also have Flavian Busi, who is also going to be producing the videos. It's just going to be an amazing, amazing day for music. And of course, you get to be part of it as well. So kesho tupatane at K1 Clubhouse as we go for the Surge Unplugged.
Definitely. So show up, be on time.
Yes.
Enjoy our local Kenyan rock artists.
But they have to shout them out. Let me know even. So for those who are looking forward to it, we have Murphy's Floor, who are going to be representing on the stage. We have 20 More Days. We have Dove Slim, Kanyeki, the king of Kikuyu rock. We have Seismic and Claymore Project. That's going to be led by Robin. Yeah. It's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing.
Wasn't there a thing in physics also called Murphy's Law?
Yeah, there's Murphy's Law.
So they took it, became Murphy's Floor.
Yes, they have Murphy's Floor. And then Seismic. You know, they say seismic, but you know, there's a seismic activity, like when there's an earthquake happening. Yeah. So there's all these scientific terms coming together tomorrow on one stage. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to be having myself and Skylar also as MCs, and his skills on the ones and twos.
Yeah, everyone always asks me about Skylar. Well, come and meet her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of Skylar, before we leave, she's been nominated for the for the People's Choice Award.
People's Choice Award, yeah. She hollered me up about it. I was like, what?
A few, like literally a month. I think it's been a month or two. It will be having
she
a
must be doing something.
Yeah, she's doing amazing. She's doing an amazing job. Big shout out to her. Big shout out also to Kangede Njoroge of Money Mondays, who's also been nominated for the People's Choice Awards.
I saw Saisa also.
Saisa has been nominated for the Top Female Award as well, Top Female Artist Award as well. So our guys at Icon doing big things.
Icon, everyone from the Icon family, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big
Me,
things.
I've been nominated to do the recording tomorrow. Yeah, so I've been nominated.
No one better could we have had recording this thing. So I'm so excited. Thank you so much for coming on board. Thanks to Flavian for coming on board, and all and K1 of course as well for holding us down. It's gonna be a beautiful night for music, and you can't afford to miss out. Thank you for reminding me about that. So guys, yes, we have run out of time. We'll see you again next week for more on Kenyan hip hop to the world. But of course, we always have to remind you that hip hop culture loves is how.
Yes, it's how.
Get up! Simon said he could get up. Throw your hands in the sky. Squeezes in the back, sipping yak, y'all. What's up? Ladies, looking hot and pretty. Doing your thing in the club, hot city. Worldwide. The gritty committee, pity the food act. In the midst of the calm, the witty. Y'all know the name. Pharaoh, the mom chain, a damn thing changed. You all up in your range, just inebriated. Straight from your original plan, you deviated. I alleviated the pain with long-term goals. Slip my underground loop without the gold. You so fat around the world, I so wood in the hood. But when I'm in the street, it's all good. Assume the motivated boom, control the game like boom. Raider rock, clock, dollars flip, tips like a way to block shots. Styles greater, let my lyrics annoy. If you holding up the wall and you're missing the point. Get up! Simon said he could get up. Throw your hands in the sky. Brooklyn in the back, shooting craps, y'all. What's up? Ladies, looking hot and pretty. Doing your thing in the club, hot city. Worldwide. The gritty committee, pity the food act. In the midst of the calm, the witty. Yo, where you at? Uptown, let me see 'em. Notorious for the 6'5s and the BMs. Heads give you beef, you put 'em in the mausoleum. And don't start rumping till after 12 p.m. Ignorant minds are free 'em. If you tired of the same old every day, you will agree 'em. The most obligated, hard and R-rated. Slated to be the best, I must confess the star made it. Somebody even say the song is sexist. It's 'cause I ask the girls to rub on the breasts. Whether you're riding a train or a Lexus, this is for either or rollies or Timex. This is wicked like Exorcist, this is the joint. You holding up the wall and you're missing the point. Get up! Simon said he could get up. Throw your hands in the sky. The Bronx is in the back shooting craps, y'all. What's up? Ladies, looking hot and pretty. Doing your thing in the club, hot city. Worldwide. The gritty committee, pity the food act. In the midst of the calm, the witty. New Jerusalem. Get up! Shaolin. Get up! Long Isle. Get up! Worldwide.